Welcome to Introductory Chemistry, Chemistry 1010. I'm Dr. Hyatt, and I'm really looking forward to working with you this spring. This course is for non-science majors, so if you are looking for general chemistry, you're in the right course. If you're looking for a basic introduction to the principles of chemistry, then you're in the right place. So to begin with, this is what you're looking at on the screen is D2L, so it is our D2L shell, and that'll be the main point of contact. You will also need to be using an online homework system called Mastering Chemistry. And then in addition to that, you're also going to be reading a book called The Disappearing Spoon, which is a shorter book compared to the textbook. It's kind of a fun read. It's not short compared to like children's books or my children's books, but it is a short read. And so I hope that you find it an enjoyable, just kind of overview of chemistry that you might not get since you're not seeing me face to face. But besides that, everything else will be on this course shell. If you're also taking 1011 online, you will have a similar shell for 1011, and I'll have a welcome video for that course as well. So with this shell, the main things you want to look at is that they're all separated by units. So there's basically 5 units. There are 5 exams in this course, and every exam is worth the same amount. There's not a cumulative final, it's just an exam that covers that unit, that it's the unit material that are in it. And then at the very beginning there is some getting started information, some information about some semester-long projects or assignments that cover multiple weeks, and then there's also Mastering Chemistry. So under this Getting Started tab, you're going to want to look at my instructor information. That's going to have things such as office hours and that kind of thing, my contact information such as I need you to email me at hyatl@apsu.edu instead of just using the little email system through D2L. I just don't check D2L emails very often. So send it to me via apsu.edu, via your Austin P email account, and I'll email a lot quicker. I normally respond within around 24 hours. So email me there, and then the syllabus is here and the itemized assignment list. And so those will break down what the requirements of the course are. So for instance, let's pull up our syllabus, and over here down toward the middle you're going to find this basis and methods for grading, which I find students typically want to know about. So for instance, the exams are worth 250 points, but there's normally around 30 bonus points built in. And so what those are is those are multiple choice exams. They cover anything from the textbook, from the lecture notes, or from the video material. I try to emphasize in the videos what I found to be most important or anything that I thought needed clarification. So just note that the majority of the questions will come from there, but you do need to read your textbook because some of the questions will come from the text. Also, with that built-in 30 bonus points, that means whatever your raw score is, so say you get 240 out of 280, it will show you a lower percentage. It will show you what 240 divided by 280 is. I go back in and I will move it to 240 after the rest of the class has turned in their exams. And so you'll always see your grade kind of increase a couple days after you take it. And so just kind of be aware of that. But those are 5 exams. You take them at the end of every unit. The homework, that's meant to help you prepare for the exams. So every chapter has homework that is associated with it. There's a bunch of questions. There's a total of 358 points possible. You only actually need to complete 200 points. So basically work on the things that you find to be challenging or difficult, or just work on all of it and just see what you can accomplish. 200 points is typically, as long as you're earning like a 60 or 70% on all of your homework assignments, you've completed enough points to end up completing all 200 points by the end of the semester. So I find that typically helps students' grades in this class. So post quizzes are also available through Mastering Chemistry, and those are not included in the 200 points. So what you'll end up doing is you'll watch the videos, you'll read your textbook, you'll complete your online homework, you'll ask your peers or me if you have any questions. Then I recommend, after you've done all of the assignments, all of the discussion boards, that kind of thing, then take the post quiz. If you do well on the post quiz, immediately turn around and take the exam. If you do poorly on the post quiz, that means you probably need to do more studying or ask more questions before you take your exam for that unit. So those are worth 20 points, so they're low risk. So just take them, make sure you complete them, and then go take your exam, which is worth a whole lot more points. And some of the questions are duplicated. Then there are also class discussion boards or assignments. I wanted you guys to be able to discuss with your peers and also just have a couple of interactive assignments that'll kind of help you really understand the material. So those types of assignments are all in this third category, and there's a total of 330 points in this category. Nope, that should say 280. So there should be 280 points in this category. So I will have it changed before I send it out to you. But then if you just kind of look down here at your point distribution, there's a total of 830 points in the class, and then it's just the typical 10% grading scale. I will say that if you know you're going to be missing a due date, ask me in advance. As long as it's kind of a legitimate excuse, I'm pretty willing to be flexible with due dates. But if you miss a due date and then you're like, oh, I just forgot, I'm not willing to do that. There's no late submissions or anything if you just completely blow it off. Okay, so think about it, plan out your time, do good time management, and you'll be successful in this course. Look through the rest of the syllabus and make sure that you understand and you have any questions, just ask me. Now, the other important document is this itemized assignment list by unit. It lists all of the due dates. It includes what all is available and how you earn points for every unit. And so you'll see your online homework, you'll see the lectures that you're responsible for watching, there's the D2L lecture notes that I suggest reading, and then there's the discussion boards. So the discussion boards are typically lesser points, but they add up across the whole semester to be like 15% of your grade or something like that. And then there's things such as begin reading the disappearing spoon. So look at this every week, or every unit, I would just print off the to-do list, the itemized list, and just check it off as you go and make sure you accomplished anything, and then letting me know if you have any questions. Alright, similarly, all of these semester-long projects are noted on there, but the main things to note is the disappearing spoon. I made a separate document to explain what the requirements are and what you're going to be doing for each one. The first assignment has a lot more things in it because I want you guys to read each other's and to discuss with each other on there. So make sure you read through and you respond substantively to at least 2 of your peers, and you'll get 25 points for each response. Now there is a little bit here about I want you to place it in both the Dropbox and then you're also pasting it into the discussion thread. You do that so that your peers can comment on it through the discussion board, and you put it in the Dropbox so I can do plagiarism checking. Make sure you read through the plagiarism policy that is found under content. It is very important. I do not like cheating. I will always turn you into the Dean of Students. So make sure you pay attention to those cheating, the plagiarism, that kind of thing. Okay, so read through all those. Basically, I'm having you write 2 essays over the book. Kind of open-ended, but the essays are supposed to just make sure you've read it, and the book is just supposed to give you a little overview of chemistry. It's a really neat book. Alright, so then when you're actually looking at the units, what all is there for the unit? So there's that same checklist that I showed you a minute ago. There's the reading assignments, which is just a checklist, but some people like it, some people don't, or you can just ignore it, or you can use it. And then there's the video lectures. So when you click on the video lectures, you'll see it'll start playing, but every unit has a playlist, and so there's 6 playlists inside of this. You watch the videos. I would suggest you have a pen and paper out, you take notes, you pause it when you have questions or when you need to think about something, or maybe there's a calculation. Pause it, give it a try, ask me lots of questions. Okay, so those are the units, and every unit has video lectures, lecture notes, discussion boards, sometimes some other things, and then the exam. Make sure you don't forget the exam at the end. Okay, that's a lot of points. You don't want to miss it. Alright, so then the last required element is Mastering Chemistry. So Mastering Chemistry is your online homework platform, and what I recommend doing is watch this video first, which is this one, Registering for Mastering Chemistry via the manufacturer, and watch it, and it's going to guide you step by step how to register.
Click on Access Code to redeem an access code that you've already purchased, or use your PayPal or credit card to purchase access. Or if you're waiting on financial aid, click the Get Temporary Access Without Payment for 14 days.
I recommend you use that temporary access from day one because it's really helpful for you to get immediately into the textbook and not be waiting on that element at all. And then whenever you've purchased the mastering code, you just put your code in and it'll keep all of your assignments fresh in my gradebook so I can see everything you've done. All right, so now within Mastering Chemistry, this is what the homework side of things looks like. It'll lay out as chapter 1, 2, and this was an intro questions, and it'll just tell you when they're due, which are the same due dates that are inside of that itemized list. And then there's also the post quiz. So remember, everything but post quizzes is part of that 200 required points. The post quizzes are a separate 20 points. You need both of them in order to really help yourself do well on the exam. Okay, then also under here there's the e-text. That's your textbook. You can highlight, you can put little post-it notes in there, electronic post-it notes, that kind of thing. So use that textbook, figure out how to use the tools as best as you can. Alright, so with that, that is all I have for you. Look through the whole shell and just let me know what questions you have. And I'm here to help. So most people are successful in this course as long as they do the work. It may seem like a lot at first, but you can get through and you can do very well. I look forward to working with you.